Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. Currently in my vehicle, about to head into class, but there is one thing that I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to go more in depth about what flexible dieting is. So flexible dieting is pretty much what it sounds like. You eat whatever you want, whatever kind of food you want, as long as you're keeping it moderate and you're hitting your macronutrients and calorie goals for the day. A lot of people believe that in order to lose weight, to lose fat, they need to eat the healthiest food 24/7 all the time. And according to flexible dieting, that is not true. First, let me break down what macronutrients and calories are, for those who don't know. So macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. All three of these can be found in food. Any food you go to the store, if you look at the nutrition facts on the back of boxes and stuff, you'll find your fats, your carbs, and your proteins. And these carbs, fats, and proteins make up all of the calories that are in this certain food that you're looking at. Carbs and proteins both have 4 calories in each gram, and fat has 9. So I think the best way for me to describe this is by going through an example of myself, something I did about a year ago, actually a couple days over a year ago, where I did a flexible diet for 3 weeks. And I had lost a very significant amount of weight for 3 weeks. So here you have me on the left at about 182 pounds and me on the right at about 174. So I lost 8 pounds in about 3 weeks. So this was a pretty aggressive cut, if I may say so myself. It was what I call a mini cut. I wanted to cut out as much fat as I could in the shortest amount of time possible without losing a ton of muscle mass. So I set my macronutrient goals. On week 1, I started out with 300 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and 180 grams of protein. I kept protein and fats the same throughout the rest of the 3 weeks, but I dropped my carbs 25 grams every single week. So first week was 300 grams, second week was 275, and the last week was 250. And so how I personally tracked was I downloaded an app, MyFitnessPal, and there's more out there that track macronutrients and calories, but that is just what I use. It's pretty simple to track in MyFitnessPal at least. You just go to diary and you search up a food that you're eating, and voila, it should pop up. It can even scan barcodes if you have that available. And so if you are just dropping your overall calorie goal, so dropping carbs or fats, I wouldn't recommend dropping protein if you are doing resistance training, because you want protein to be pretty high if you want to keep a leaner physique or just keep some muscle. Now, with all this said, I do believe that there are certain populations that this will work better for and certain other populations that this will be more difficult. So I suggest this if you are younger, if you're pretty healthy, especially if you're active. I think that one big reason I can get away with this is that I'm pretty young myself. I'm only 20, so my body is still working relatively well, and it can take some unhealthiness, and trust me, I eat a lot of unhealthy stuff. I'm not going to be as flexible for the rest of my life. I planned that out. I want to be healthier once I can afford it. And people I think this would be more difficult for are people who have current health problems, such as high blood pressure and diabetes. High blood pressure, I just want to tell you right now, my sodium is through the roof on flexible dieting. I eat lean cuisines, Stouffer's, just all this frozen processed stuff it's loaded with sodium. And that is not the best option if you have high blood pressure already, because I want you guys to live long and healthy lives. I know that diabetics have to eat certain foods at certain times depending on what their blood sugar insulin is doing. So I think that could also affect how difficult this could be for you. And other sources for this, I know I may not be the most credible, I guess, but where I was introduced to this from was YouTube. There are YouTubers like Jeff.ippard and Paul Ravella. Paul Ravella, I believe, is a huge fan of flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros. He was the one who really introduced it to me. So if you want to follow him, he is really good at this whole fitness industry thing. He's been in it for a while. You can go check his YouTube out and just search on YouTube if it fits your macros or flexible dieting. So yeah, that's about it. I wanted this video to be kind of shorter. If you guys are interested, I would love if you would follow along with my documentation of my fitness journey on here. If not, that's cool. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and just follow along. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.